My name's Nicholas Jones. I'm the director of DNA Sports Performance, and I'm based mostly in Manchester in the Power Room, and this is based in the Sugden Centre, which is in central Manchester. Strength and conditioning in competitive sport really is the mainstay of gaining an advantage on your opponent or your opposition.
I'm Andrew Steele, I'm a 400 metre runner. I competed in the Beijing Olympics in 2008 where I reached the semi-final in my individual event, and we came tantalisingly close to a medal in 4th place in the 4x400 metre relay. So what I do with Nick we call strength and conditioning, which is basically a posh way of saying weights. So what we're doing here is one, to just increase overall general strength, which aids performance when I run. Secondly, it's a large part of it is injury prevention.
First and foremost, I look at the athlete's requirements, so what are they good at and what aren't they so good at, and then what do I need to give them, whether that be based in the gym, working on strength and power, whether that be out on a track working on their speed mechanics, or whether it be out on a pitch doing on-field conditioning for their sport, is for me to determine. What do I look forward to most about coming into work is a very, very difficult question because I love my job. But if I had to put the finger on the main thing which I like is seeing an athlete who's never been involved in any type of physical training before and preparing for their sport, totally changing and becoming a physical athlete, and then going on to excel in their sport. On a weekly basis, we look after the University of Manchester performance teams, of which there's 15 teams. Then we've got a scholarship programme at the University of Manchester, which I look after. We've got about 50 athletes on that programme. On top of that, I've got TAS athletes, who are the Talented Athlete Scholarship Scheme. We also look after Great Britain water polo for TAS as well. I coach Greg Rutherford, who's obviously long jump champion. I've also worked with Andy Steele, who's a 400 metre Olympic athlete as well. I feel a great sense of pride and achievement when my athletes go to the Olympic Games, because that's obviously the pinnacle of what they do. The first athlete I took to the Olympic Games or Paralympics was Jordan Rains, and he was a goalkeeper, and then every other athlete since who's gone to the Games and World Championships as well gives you a great sense of pride. Working with Olympic athletes compared to non-Olympic athletes, sometimes there's no difference whatsoever, because you just look at the requirements of that individual at that given time more than the level of competition which they're competing at. Working with potential rising stars in all their given disciplines gives me a sense of responsibility, most definitely. I work with Jack Redding, for example, who's a downhill mountain biker, and he's just turned pro now, so I'm expecting big things for him. The netballers as well. I look after some of the 5 of England's under-21s current side, and that gives me a great sense of responsibility because I want them to be future world champions. In 10 years' time, I see DNA Sports Performance doing what it's currently doing, working with some of the best athletes in the world. Personally, I see myself working also perhaps within a professional sport again, perhaps Man United when Fergie comes to call for me.